All right, good morning. Today is Monday, start of a new week. We're going to put these on. These are the new Demco side quest tanks that we got. They are definitely not new, used. So, Ivan, what we're going to do here is get some wrenches. These are caps. We're going to unthread these. And then we'll clean these up a little bit. And then try slide them onto that thing. So, let's get started. There we go. Looks like they did us a favor and put some good never sees on there. So that's nice. Now we're going to clean these up a little bit. Never put a set on, so I don't know how tight they are, but they're on the same tractor that we have right now, so I'm assuming they pretty much set just to slide on as far as the, well, that's welded, I guess. All right, so, oh shoot, we got to take Bo's thing off here. I don't know if the paint's going to cause a problem in here or not, if we got to grind that out. I guess we'll try it the way it is, and if it don't want to go, we'll have to get the die grinder in here and grind her down a little. Well, getting close. Just not quite. The floor isn't even here either where we're doing it. It's the wash base, so that's a little high and that's a little low, and what we'll do is we'll take a bar and stick a bar in here, and then we can wedge it off the pallet forks and lift it up and down and then slide it in. There. All right, so we got them in. So that beam there does clear. So if you guys are wondering, that's what it looks like. They just go right in the track frame there. And then Ivan's going to put the caps on the back side here. Did you hammer them pretty good? We don't want them falling off. One of them falls off out in the field, you know who I'm going to call? Me. Not Ghostbusters. Okay, next step. Grabbing some big black hose. So now we got the hoses and stuff. We got to do the other side yet, and then we'll start hooking some hoses up and kind of see where they go. Well, we're going to go have lunch and then do the other side. Now we just got to look at the plumbing side of it here. This one here, you unbolt it or loosen this up, swing her down, and then we'll see how everything goes. I don't really know what to do. The guys that had this before, this is their little apparatus they built. Anyway, it was bolted over top of the PTO, which I see what they're doing, but I don't want it to drip, or as you can tell, or when I take it apart on the back of the tractor and rust the PTO shield and all that. So what I was thinking, it'd be nice to, well, I can't lift that with one hand, it's actually heavy. Bolt it here. The one line will go to the one tank, the other line goes to this tank. As you can tell, if you have it turned here, it'll suck out of both tanks and then go out to the back. And then here's the fill. So this would be kind of a nice little spot right here. But that isn't correct. There'll be some welding. Alright, so update on the tanks. What we decided to do here. So we have the hoses hooked up here, at least to the tanks. We come through here, right underneath the accumulator. And then we'll run them up here, and then Dane's welding a bracket. And we're gonna bolt our valving system up here instead of down here. Originally they had it in the back above the PTO, but we're gonna put it here so it's nice out of the way. We'll run the hose right up to it, and then the next one will go down and underneath. Put it on there like so, run it through, and then back up to the top. So just some big zip ties, that's all we're gonna need. And we'll probably zip tie it up in here, do something so it stays up nice. Then we got to figure out how we're going to hook it up to the planter. We'll have another hose that comes out here to the end with a coupler, and then off it goes to the other tank, which will have another valve there to select tanks. Either the pump will pull out of that one, or we'll select it, and then it'll pull out of these side quest tanks. And same thing when we fill, we can fill from the back, or if we want to just top off these tanks, there'll be a fill up front. All right, well, we'll show you more when we get her close to wrapped up. Oh, here's Dane.
There I am.
Here he is.
Oh, we're way off. I knew it would be, but I just had to get an idea.
Goodness. Oh, you just tack welded it. Yeah. Okay.
Gotta end for ended. See, it's elongated one way.
Oh, put it back on there.
So the opposite end of my tacks. No, there you go, Homester. Look at you. See?
Today is Tuesday. Dane, what were you guys working on today?
Well, we had coffee this morning. And then we each had a cinnamon roll that Steph bought for us. And then I think it was lunchtime.
This is a pretty accurate depiction of...
Oh, come on now.
We spent about 3 hours in the bathroom with the cinnamon rolls were out.
3 hours in the bathroom. Wasn't it? Where was that sign at?
He was on the urinal and I was on the pot.
At the same, in the room in the same time. All right, so this is the project that we started on Monday. We mounted, this is for filling. This one here goes under the tractor to the other tank. This one here, this tank, and then this here, we gotta put an end on here, and then the hose will go from here over that axle and all the way back to the end of the planter. So that's kind of the deal. I'm working, Ma! It just won't come apart!
First time for everything.
Oh, he thinks he's funny. Okay, so we're doing a little Price is Right today. How much do you guys think this 2-inch stainless steel clamp is worth? What would you pay if you needed one and just went to the uptown and, yeah, I need something like that. You know, it'll work good. You think about it for 2 minutes and then I'll tell you. It's $11 and some cents.
That was 20 something, wasn't it? These were 11.
No, this was 11 something. I think them were both the same.
That's what we need for that truck.
11 some dollars for this little guy. So every time you put a connector on, it's $11, and then another $5. You know, 16 bucks right here.
That's a cheap one.
Yeah, this is a cheapie. This is only part of it. Now you need this, and you need the O-ring. Oh, these are $1. I cheaped out. The other ones, the other ones had little nipples on them, so they'd fit in there nicer, so they didn't fall out. And they were $2.50 for them. But I got these for $1. Warm me up. Now as you can see here, I'm holding the pipe, and Bo is blowing hot air on it. And Dane's holding the camera.
Yeah. You could at least hold the fitting.
Get her in there. Oh, there we go. Is that?
Oh, you gotta put the clamp.
That's all the way. I don't have the wrench for this.
Who's gonna go get the wrench?
Rock, paper, scissors.
I got the heat gun.
Come on, Dane. Okay, who's gonna go get the wrench?
By the time we get done, Bo will come back with the wrench.
No, I'm going home.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. I win. So now we got the warmer up.
You gotta talk nice to her. Warm her up. Helps if you use 2 fingers. Trust me, I know. Oh, yeah. So you're gonna just loop-de-loop this?
Yeah.
Why not do a 90?
Well, we don't need to. I don't have a 90.
Well, look at this.
Well, look
Would
at
you
that.
just look at this? This isn't gonna work. You want to do this straight, or you gonna go to 90?
Well, I suppose we best go to a 90 because you won't let me.
Well-
Give me. You just.
Well, it ain't right. We can cut this off and see what it looks like. But then we gotta heat it up and take it off again.
No.
I don't like it.
No. We'll just get a 90 tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good.
See you tomorrow. Today is. What day is it today?
It's hump day.
So, Dane, what are we doing?
Oh, I don't know what you want to call it.
Backsplash?
Backstop, I suppose.
Backstop for the.
Sweep, bin sweep.
Yep. So the grain comes down the side of the into the sweep, and then it goes over the top of the sweep. He's cutting these sheets here. We're gonna put a bend on them, and then so that way it's makes the sweep taller.
We don't need to shovel for our health.
Well, we kind of do.
Well, you can, but
we're both
I'm
getting a little
good.
chubby.
You getting a double chin? That's too bad.
Yeah, I know. Not everyone can be as
Quit eating
ripped as you.
Quit eating all my jelly beans and that won't happen.
I haven't eaten one today.
Yeah, but you ate them all yesterday,
did
you
not.
peckerhead.
Oh, there he is. Where are you going?
With a hammer.
Oh, we're gonna get hammered. Okay, we'll meet you over at the truck. Well, at least he's making use of the sweeper. Draining coolant, looks like. So we showed him yesterday a little bit of what you're going after here. What's the deal?
He's got Karen here prepped for surgery.
Oh, he brought all his tools over and he's all ready for tomorrow.
Nice and organized.
Yeah, he did good.
Got the lights ready to go. New battery. You show him your always. Tomorrow's project.
I think there's supposed to be something in them holes.
Couple of studs.
Are you talking about you and me?
Yeah. Then there's one up here that's broke too.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yep. So the turbo's got to come off. We got to drain the coolant for the EGR valve. We got to drain all that. We got a leaky clamp anyway.
Are you putting a new turbo on too? So you're pulling the turbo off, and then he's going after the manifold. It's almost like you've done this before.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'll go back on my little project. How are the ones in the other side, or the ones you went and looked at in the mother bins? They're similar material?
Yeah. So that auger sweep has this shield around it like this. And what they did was, there's a plate about here, and so what they done was they just had this bumper we're building, they just had a little bend like that, and it hangs out like this. What we're gonna do is just bolt it right through here, and we're just gonna go up and back a little bit. Or maybe a little bit more of an angle. And there's already bolts that exist there. They're
For that?
well, I don't know if it's specifically for this, but looks like this channel is a two-piece, like it's double skin. So, and they're 12 inches apart exactly, so we'll just use them existing holes. We'll pull the bolts out. I'm gonna pre-drill the holes here every 12 inches.
You going out to the bin?
Yeah.
Gonna put on that backsplash?
So we're in one of the big corn bins here. We're adding to the sweep. The corn wants to bridge over the top of this standard rail, which just makes for a bunch of shoveling. And some of the other sweeps has this extra bumper on there. So that was what we added on. It's not pretty, but it'll do the job. We're just putting on 2 8-foot sections. It won't go quite to the end, but we don't need it over there anyway. So we got this one secured, bolted on. Now we're gonna drill some holes and put this last piece on. Where should we put you? Right there, right there. Just like downtown, only less crowded. Yeah. Oh, would you look at that? We got a little ripple in her. It'll do the job. Had a heck of a time trying to keep up when the corn would tumble down. I ain't afraid of work, but it's kind of unnecessary. All that extra shoveling. The corn would boil over the top of the factory sweep, so we added this on.
Good morning. Thursday today. Bo was able to pick up some stuff in the drop box for the combine. He's working on the trucks. And I don't know where Dane's at. I think he's working on trucks too. And then we picked up a bunch of stuff here to finish the project on the planter. That's what we're gonna do today. And then I have a couple meetings. I got one at 10 o'clock and then another one about 3 o'clock. So see what we can get done this morning. Oh. Morning. Mormon. Yeah, so that looks like that's gonna come off real nice.
Yep. Hardly seized at all, I think.
Just very seized very little. So what are you gonna have to heat this up then?
I don't know. I gotta try it here. I might have to go to the workbench.
Well, I see. I mean, I don't know why.
This should work.
So how did them studs come out?
Good.
Is there any tricks to that as far as what you were using? Did you have some special drill bits you were using?
Real special drill bits. Probably wouldn't have even needed them, but left-hand drill bits.
Left-hand drill bits. That's all. If you guys don't have a set of left-hand drill bits, Bo, would you recommend they get some?
Kit's over there on the table.
Well, we'll go show you that in a minute after you see how this goes. One down, one to go. So there's the kit, if you're wondering. And Bo uses this all the time. It's got easy outs. It's got some weird little easy out type thing here. And then these are all left-handed drill bits. And it's a lifesaver for him. Not that much. Save you a lot of time. Alright, so there we are. He's got her all put back together. Never seized on that. New studs. All that nice stuff. Alright, let's go over on the planter here and see what we can do. Well, here's the apparatus we're making for the back of the planter. Changed our plan a couple times. Originally what we were thinking of doing is cutting the line here and putting a T in here, and then here's the line that comes from the tractor where the tanks are, and then just, you know, doing that. But Dane came up with the idea. He said, well, he liked this here where this bracket was. It's really solid, so we're gonna put a thread in coupler there, and then that way the one with the valve goes to the tanks up front, and this one here, the top one, will go to the tank on the planter. So I think that'll work out pretty nice. And then we'll get our unit mounted on here, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Well, we got her put on. That's how that's gonna look. We'll have one fill point, and then when we want to run it right to the top tank, just leave this shut. When we want to run it to the tractor or the saddle tanks. We open that up, and then we have to shut the 2 valves on the front of the tank. One for the pump and then another one for the fill, so that way we deadhead it and then it'll just pump it into them tanks. So anyway, we're not going to be working on Friday, Good Friday tomorrow. So this is the end of the video. So we'll see you around.
Laters.